It's the Bucket List. We are speaking to Matt Kamiensky, the Vice President of the PGA Tour. Welcome to the Bucket List this morning, Matt.
Thanks for having me, Diana.
This sounds like a fantastic job. The Vice President of the PGA Tour. What do you actually do?
I work on probably the best event in golf, the President's Cup, that will be played here in Melbourne for the third time later this year. So I've been with the PGA Tour for 20 years, mostly working in our events division, worked on over 80, 90 golf tournaments in my lifetime. So I set up and run major golf events.
Being in your position, do you ever get the chance to play against some of the greats for a bit of fun?
that would be great if I could. It's kind of funny. I always refer to it as it's usually like the plumber's house that has a leaky faucet, or the doctor's the one that's out of shape. That's my golf game. So I don't play very often.
Now,
not as much sideline.
The President's Cup coming up in Melbourne later this year is going to be absolutely amazing. The two captains, Ernie Els against Tiger Woods. You couldn't get a more iconic. This golf event should be on everyone's bucket list.
This one's going to be amazing. When you have those two guys leading these two teams, when you think about it, all these young men that are going to be playing on the teams probably grew up or started playing golf because of one of these two guys.
The great thing about the President's Cup and obviously the Ryder Cup itself is there is no prize money. The only reason they're playing is playing to win.
Without a doubt. Also, with the President's Cup, it's very unique, and the President's Cup is built on charity. There's no prize money, as you said, playing for that team, which they don't get to normally do, as golf is inherently an individual sport. They get that opportunity to play as a team, but they're also playing for those charities that are near and dear to their hearts. So the President's Cup, in its 12 planes, has donated over $49 million U.S. dollars to about 450 charities in 17 different countries around the world.
That is amazing. Tell me, are the plaid pants still fashionable in the competitions?
I don't think you see plaid pants as much as you would in yesteryears, but I would say white pants are probably more fashionable.
Now, you would have watched a lot of golf. Has there been one particular player who's just taken your breath away when you've watched him or her?
Tiger Woods, without a doubt. He's amazing in what he's done for the game, and you just seen his win at the Masters a couple weeks ago. Great to see him playing so well. I mean, these guys are so good, but he's just been on another level. I didn't have the good fortune of growing up in the era of Jack Nicklaus, so I didn't get to see him play really in his prime. I saw him win the Masters in 1986, spent time around him, but to see Tiger in his prime and to work on the World Golf Championship events when he was just coming up. I started with the tour back in 1998 and saw his run through 2000, 2001. Which was just unbelievable. I hope he keeps going as he's going. Greg Norman had it. There's some people that just have that cachet, and he was my favorite golfer when I first started in the business. I was very fortunate in 2011 when he captained the President's Cup team here and to get to know him.
Matt, you're involved in the Sport Accord conference coming up soon. What's your involvement with that?
Speak to what the PGA Tour does with all the data that we collect from our fans and try to make it a better experience for them, but also to grow the game and grow that fan base.
Obviously, you've been to some huge golf events all over the world. Our show is called The Bucket List. Is there some events that you've yet to get to? Is there, is it a Super Bowl, or is it, the Baseball World Series, or is it the Final Four?
I have not been to Super Bowl. I want to go to Super Bowl someday, yes. Well, I'd like to go to one when my Cleveland Browns are in it. But
big chance this year. Big chance this year.
A big chance in the next couple of years. I tell you what, we're flying high. See how that goes. I think the Olympics is a bucket list for me. It might be for a lot of people. I've never been to Olympics.
Golf being in the Olympics, so you could probably put your hand up and organise that tournament.
Yeah, that'd be great. I have not had the good fortune to work on that just because I've been on the President's Cup, but I'd love to do that one as well. Wimbledon's one I would love to go to. I haven't been to French Open, but love to see Wimbledon. I think Super Bowl's probably the top of the list. Pretty awesome.
If I'm watching the golf and I don't feel like walking around, can I take my own caddy?
Take your own. What kind of caddy? A drink caddy or just a caddy to carry you?
Oh, you can put a few extra things on it. I've got to be comfortable, whatever I can fit.
You mean a golf cart or a golf trolley?
I meant a golf cart. I don't know the lingo.
No, golf cart. You would not be able to on that. It's out for walking and being out in nature. So, and if you guys haven't been out to the President's Cup, you need to come this year. I mean, we're only 226 days away, 227 days, I think. But look who's counting. And it's going to be amazing at Royal Melbourne. So if you've never been, there's no other sport that you can get up that close to the greatest players in the world. Too good.
If you want tickets for the President's Cup, it is between December the 9th and the 15th at the prestigious Royal Melbourne Golf Club. Tickets available from presidentscup.com/tickets for the President's Cup later this year.
Appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
Thanks, Matt. That's Matt Kamiensky, the Vice President of the PGA Tour, this morning on The Bucket List.